Hi everyone, my name is Nadia and I'm one of the estheticians here at FAC. Today I'm going to show you a little bit about my at-home regimen and what order you should be applying your products in every day. I'm going to show you my morning routine, but the same thing can be applied to at nighttime by changing out different products for whatever you use during the nighttime. Right now is a really great time to really strengthen your at-home routine, especially since we have a lot more time. Most of us aren't wearing makeup every day. And also we're not getting our treatments done like we normally do. So we really want to make sure we're taking as best care of our skin as possible. So to start, I have a freshly cleansed face. I did dermaplane myself this morning too. So my skin is really nice and exfoliated. It's really ready to take in all these new products. Like I said, I'm going to show you my products that I use, but I'm also going to talk about products that I'm not using right now, just so you can apply this to your at-home routine. The first thing I would start with on my clean skin is clean hands. You want to make sure that your hands are nice and clean because we're going to be touching our face. We don't want to get any bacteria onto our skin, and also during this time of the pandemic, we don't want bacteria near our face at all. So I have nice clean hands. The first thing that you would want to do is tone if you use a toner. So this can be our glycolic treatment pads, our glycol pads, our vitamin C spray, or any other toners that you have. You'd want to put that on first because that is a pad and you don't want to wipe any other products off. I'm going to pretend I'm toning. The next thing that you're going to do that I'm also not doing currently right now because I have another product to kind of make up for that is you're going to put on your growth factor. So this would include like your TNS Essential Serum, your TNS Recovery Complex, C-Stem, and then what's our other one? Sente Contour Press Serum. Those would all go on your skin first, whichever one you use. So the next thing is you're gonna go to your next serum. So the reason why I'm not toning is because I'm gonna use our Epionce Lytic Sport treatment. This is really great for oily skin, which I have. As you can see, I am acne prone, so this just helps keep all my breakouts at bay. And I'm just gonna put a tiny bit on. Now this has some light exfoliators in it, like salicylic and azelaic acid. It's really great at reducing and preventing sebaceous hyperplasias as well, which are those inflamed oil glands that look like pimples but can't ever extract anything out of them. So if you notice, what I do is I put the product on my fingertips, I dot it everywhere first to make sure I hit my neck and décolleté, and then I rub it all in, and that's how we get an even distribution and we get the most out of that little bit of pea size. The next thing I'm going to do is my base moisturizer. The reason why I'm not using a growth factor this morning is because I actually have the Sente Dermal Repair Cream. Now this has peptides in it for me, so this is going to be like my anti-aging factor as well as moisturizer. So same thing, I'm going to take one pump, which is that much. That's all I need. Do not use more. These products are extremely concentrated, so you want to make sure you're not over layering them because it's going to block penetration of other products. And also we really just want our skin to absorb as much of this as possible, so it's penetrating down into our epidermis and our dermal layer and doing what it's supposed to do. So I'm gonna rub it on my fingertips and go ahead and dot it everywhere, hitting my neck and décolleté. And then we're just going to rub that in. I really love this because even though I'm oily, this does not clog my pores. I also find that it's really helped my extremely dehydrated clients who always have really dry, irritated skin. It's helped reduce their redness and also provide them moisture. Perfect. Okay, next I'm gonna do my specialty products. So for example, I'm gonna use my Sente Illumi Eye Cream. And I also have a neck complex that I'm going to use on my neck and décolleté. I'm going to use the Elastin Restorative Neck Complex. So I'm going to start with my eye cream. And now this, with eye cream, you really would need a small amount. So I'm going to do like a quarter of a pump. that much. I'd say that's like half a pea, if that. Put it on my fingertip. I only use one finger. And I just like to dot this right in that peri-orbital region. I like to make sure I come up to where my crow's feet are, under my brow bone. I do recommend avoiding your eyelids with this. Even though it is designed for the eye region, it can still be a little irritating on those really, really thin lids if you put it directly on there. Perfect. Next, we'll do the neck complex. It's the same thing. We actually sell this in a full size. I do have a small little sample size. So you would just do one pump if you have a neck cream at home. And I like to do the same thing. I dotted it on my fingertips, and I like to massage down towards my lymphatic system. Especially in the mornings, I like to get my blood flow moving down onto my décolleté. Perfect. Now, because I did dermaplane, I'm gonna be a little bit more dry because I did some exfoliation. So I'm gonna use a second moisturizer, and I'm gonna use our VitaSoothe. Now, the reason I'm putting this one on last is because if we look at the consistency, not much is gonna penetrate through this. So we're gonna put this on last. And if you notice, I love the VitaSoothe for the day. It's what I used on most of my clients during facials at the end as their finishing product, because it gives you a nice, beautiful shine. There's lots of antioxidants in there to help fight against free radicals that we're usually exposed to during the day. And lastly, I'm gonna finish off with sunscreen. Now, as Mary talked about the importance of sunscreen, even in quarantine, you really wanna make sure, that you guys are using this. This is my favorite one. It's the Elastin Hydratint. It is tinted, so I use that much. Same thing, fingertips, dot everywhere first for even distribution, and then we can go ahead and rub that in. Make sure we really rub this in and we're covering every surface. This is gonna protect us. Beautiful. Fix the hair. And now we're ready to go for the day. Make sure you stay tuned. Nikki is gonna show you how to properly remove your gloves so you're not cross-contaminating things. I really miss all you guys so much. I can't wait to touch all your beautiful faces again. I hope you're all staying healthy and happy, and I can't wait to see you all so soon. Bye, guys.
Hi everyone. At Facial Aesthetic Concepts, we practice universal precautions to protect ourselves and our patients. And I want to show you how you can implement some of these practices at home to better protect yourselves and your families. So first, let's talk about some of the essentials. So we've got approved sanitizing wipes, our hand sanitizer, a face mask, gloves, which can be optional. And then I always like to keep a couple Ziploc bags on hand, and I'll show you how I use those. But firstly, most important is washing your hands. You want to make sure that you are using an antibacterial hand soap and washing your hands for at least 20 seconds. Anytime that you've been outside or touched potentially contaminated surfaces to avoid, spreading potential pathogens or virus. So making sure that you're doing that right when you get home, and then just thinking about what you're touching. So before you wash your hands, you touched the doorknob, you touched your keys, all of those items, make sure you're wiping them down with a sanitizing wipe when you get home or after you've touched them. And also not touching your face. That's a big one. It's just when you're out and about, just keep your hands off your body, off your face as much as possible. And that can make a big difference at avoiding, any potential contamination. So when we talk about face masks, now a lot of counties now made it mandatory when you're out in any public area that you have to wear a face mask. Now this is just a cloth, washable, reusable mask. But you want to make sure that the size is appropriate for your face. So it should be covering your nose and mouth and kind of be a snug fit so there's not a lot of gaps or air getting through. I see a lot of people walking around like this with their nose out, not helping anything. And really these types of masks are just kind of avoiding you potentially spreading the virus if you're a carrier and you don't know. But if everyone wore a mask, that would be a lot safer for everybody. So I'm going to show you, how we put this on. You want it to be over the nose and mouth. And then I've got the elastic behind the ears. So nice snug fit. And this has a little wire so I can kind of fit it around my nose. So we want to have this totally covered when you leave your car or leave your home. And I like to keep mine in a little Ziploc bag that I keep in my purse so it's ready and handy whenever I need it. And then I also carry an empty bag that I use to put soiled items in. So another tip when you go out to the store is just try to limit the amount of items that you're taking in with you. So instead of bringing, a bag with lots of things that's touching a lot of surfaces, I try to bring, just my wallet or credit card, phone, keys, the essential things that you'll need for that visit. And that way it's much easier for me to kind of clean those off when I get home. So let's head to the car and I will show you the appropriate techniques for removing gloves and your mask and cleaning the surfaces in the car. Okay, so I've just finished shopping and I've gotten into my car. I put all of my items in the trunk of the car. And now I'm going to show you how to remove your gloves appropriately. So what you want to do is grab the outside of the glove. I usually remove it from my left hand. I use my dominant hand. So you're going to grab the outside of the glove, pull it inside out, and wad that glove into the other gloved hand. And then you're going to take the ungloved hand and loop it inside the wrist of the other glove. So you're not touching the outside of the glove with any part of your hand. And then you can wad that up. And then you're going to put that into kind of your dirty, like trash bag, we'll say. So that way it's not touching any part of your car. And then you can take your mask off. And I like to keep my mask in my Ziploc bag so that way I have it, in my car or purse, readily available. So this is a separate one. This is our clean bag. And then I'm going to, you can either, use your hand sanitizer. I like to wipe everything down. So I always keep Clorox wipes in the car or Lysol wipes, whichever disinfectant wipes you have. So I'm going to grab one of those. You can wipe down the outside. And then I'm going to clean any of the surfaces that I touched with my gloved hands when I got in the car. So the door handle, the lock. Hopefully you're all locking your doors if you're just sitting in a parking lot in a parked car. And then any of the other surfaces that I touched. So my phone, my wallet, my credit card, whatever you took into the store. And then any of the surfaces that you set those down on. So I put them in my cup holder. So I'm going to clean my cup holder out. And then you're going to take that wipe and you can put it in your dirty bag with the gloves and seal that up. So that way it's easy to toss when you get home. And you're not worrying about it being, loose in the car or throwing it outside. Please don't litter. I see that all the time when I go to the store. It breaks my heart. But that's a quick, easy way that you can safely, be out and about shopping, keep yourself protected. And then when you get home and you're unloading your things, just remember anything that you touched while you were in the store or with your gloves, could be potentially contaminated. So you want to lessen that transfer when you get home. So typically, I'll carry everything in go and wash my hands right away. I set everything down on kind of a separate table, and that way I can wipe everything down before I put it away in the cupboards or the fridge. And then you can wipe down, the door handle, anything that you touched when you came in. But just try to limit that exposure, what you're touching when you come in the door before you wash your hands. So hopefully this tip helped you out. If you have any other topics that you'd like me to discuss, please comment below the video, and I'll see you next time.